Yo, welcome back. Return of the Mac. MAC, Moss, Andrew, Carl, back in the building as always. But as you can tell, we've got some additional guests in the house today. G.I. Wonder is back with us for the second time.
Yeah, I want it.
Damn that shit.
Oh, they had it ready though. Wow. I didn't know y'all had prepped for this.
What's good?
What's happening with you fellas?
I just now noticed the shirts too. We've been here
talking
for 45 minutes.
Before we get into anything, what's up with the shirts? I mean,
I want the fraternity.
is it merch? Is this available?
This ain't available. This is exclusive.
Not yet.
Version right here.
Yeah. You know, this is like a little prototype. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
But yeah, eventually, very soon.
Yeah, they are shirts.
Can you help me understand what the symbols mean?
I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, ain't it?
No, got the G. She got the I, got the Wonder. I mean,
Wonder.
Oh. See, I thought it was like a reference to like God or something.
it is.
I mean, that's
They're doing the math over here. I respect it.
He's trying to do the mathematics. He's trying to do the mathematics.
That's pretty thoughtful.
Right?
That's pretty thoughtful. Yeah. I mean, look, that's dope.
And I really thought you was being sarcastic. I was like, how is this going over your head right now?
No, I mean, look, I didn't see it as G.I. Wonder. I saw it as God on their shirt. So I was like,
okay.
Well, I wonder what that means. And look.
Hey.
It's working.
Right.
That's how
everybody
everybody
see
about it. Like, I don't even blame you because it's like when I didn't even know until like it was like when before.
I think it was like a couple months ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago. Like I just realized.
He's in the
Word.
group.
And I'm in the group. I was like,
This is genius.
That's wild.
That's hilarious.
Chris was the one that made it. Yeah. He drew this up on your iPad, right?
Yeah.
I saw it. Yeah, the artiste.
So I was just looking before we got started today. Last time we talked to y'all was October 29th, 2020. It's been a minute since we got together. And last time we talked, it was just me and Moss. I forget what Carl had going on. So this will be the first time we get the full group here. So if we got any crossover questions that y'all answered last time, just let us know. It's too bad you're going to have to answer them again.
Good show. All good.
That works.
We can get right into it, though, because I think we got a lot of questions and a lot of stuff to get to anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mean to make this a solo question right off the bat, but I'm going to. First thing I want to ask about or address is, since the last time we've been around, there's been a name change of one of our members. Not the group, but I'd like to ask, what's Virginia Q up to nowadays?
R.I.P. Mike Creams.
Yeah, man. Had to put it to rest. But yeah, I mean, that was something, honestly, I just started thinking about, like, just a couple months ago, and I was like, yeah, maybe I should do a name change. I honestly feel like we are about to like level up again on like an actual, maybe, even national level. So it's like whatever I'm rolling with, you know. So
lock it in.
you started giving thought to, Mike Creams, and I'm like,
My name not even Mike.
Let's start there.
So many people addressing me as Mike. I'm like, So
you had to change the stage name or your real name. It was easier to do the first time. So
exactly.
Sure, a lot of people don't know Travis Scott is not his real name.
Right.
yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that for real. Oh, wow. It's like Jack Queese or something like that.
There's a lot of people that's like that, honestly. Jamie Foxx, his real name is Eric Bishop.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I didn't know none of these.
You don't want to go down there and find paperwork to change your name to Mike Creams. They're gonna look at you crazy like, hold on.
Everybody, a lot of people call me Q from Virginia.
It just kind of fits.
Yeah, that's
kind of fits.
Get you tighten up the mic.
Oh yeah, for
Pause.
sure.
But, had to ask about the name change first, though. But like I said, with all the amount of time that's passed since we last got to talk with you guys,
right?
You had so much go on since then.
Been making moves.
Yes.
You've been watching.
Yes, putting it together, man. So, so you just kind of wanted like a timeline since we got together last?
Well, I was going to start with, I know one of the biggest things that I've seen that y'all have put up or shared a lot about was the LA trip.
Yes.
I don't remember how long ago that was, but tell us about the LA trip, how that happened, and what came of that.
That was November 2020. So it was like not long after we recorded that last podcast episode. Remember we was telling y'all about it. I think we had like 2 weeks until we had to, catch the flight or whatever. So I mean, we can, take turns telling each part of the story. But yeah, so my guy, shout out Cam Junkie. He he put the play together for to us, Link with Bone and all that. So, he hit me and was like, yo, we got the thumbs up from Bone. Y'all can come on out here. Bought the flights, drove up to Richmond, took a flight from there to Miami. Yeah. Yep. And then from there to LA. We got to LA on, it was a Friday. I want to say the 13th or something, November, we kicked it, sightseeing a little bit. But that night, I actually shot some behind the scenes footage for one of Lazy Bones' music videos. Yeah. And, they were with me, but I was the only one that had the camera, obviously. And, that was just a dope experience. Yeah. It was kind of surreal. We looking around and thinking yo, we out here. Yeah.
So was that the plan originally when y'all got out there? Was that you was gonna be shooting some scenes for them, or what was the overall plan when y'all was getting out there?
The plan was for us to just shoot a music video for Thank You.
Oh right, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So but like I said, Cam Junkie, how me and him connected was through cameras. So he's been my mentor since 2018. So if there's any opportunity, then he's quick to give me an alley-oop.
Nice.
So
nice.
He knew I was out there, and he was like, come shoot some behind the scenes footage. And Lazy Bone ended up using it and posting it. So I thought that was super dope. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we just done that Friday night. That was kind of a little bonus incentive or whatever. And we was super tired from the jet lag and the lack of sleep.
Sure.
So
because it's still early out there when you get there, so
exactly, bro.
It's completely different.
For sure. So we took it down. We stayed out. How late we stayed out that night?
To the next day for real. It was probably 2 in the morning maybe.
Yeah, pretty late. So we took it to the hotel. We're look, we tired, and then we passed out. So when do y'all want to take it from there? What happened Saturday?
Yeah, what happened? Okay. So that Saturday, we was hyped. So we just we what I'm saying?
It's about to happen. It's like Christmas, right?
Yeah. We gotta go. Yeah. So we hopped in the van, the rental van joint.
Shout out to Chris. He was whipping.
He was whipping the whole way. It's too much. But we went to Melrose, wasn't it?
Yeah, down that strip.
No, you went down that strip. Then we went to the Walk of Fame.
Yes.
And we were just out there, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because when we got to the Walk of Fame, I'm not gonna say I was disappointed, but it is underwhelming.
I've always wondered that, bro.
It's just a sidewalk, right?
All it's got is just a name, right? There's not any kind of information about it. It's just random names.
It's just names there, and it looked like. I don't know, TV make it look big. Yeah, it's just oh my God, they walk up and man, this downtown Leesburg. So, we was there chilling. And then Cam Junkie, he called us. He was like, yo, come to Crazy's backyard. He didn't say come to his backyard, but he said come to his house. Yeah. And that's what was like, whoa, wait a minute, his house?
He don't know us.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we jumped in the whip immediately, and then we went up there, and it was funny because our homeboys were with us, and they were trying to buy Crazy Bone cheese because we had stopped by Whole Foods. Yeah, we stopped by Whole Foods, and they was like, "It would be a good gift to give them."
Cheese is where y'all landed.
I was like, "Yo, we good. Yo, we don't need cheese. Trust us."
Yo, get out.
Man, that's some Virginia stuff right here.
So you know what I'm saying? We pulled up to the gate, and that was the real moment. We literally said his government name.
Yeah.
And they was like, yeah, you looking for him? We was like, yeah, we're looking. And then the gate opened up, and it was like, I was like heaven. It was like, oh my God, we going into So you know what I'm saying? We pulled up. You know what I'm saying? And then we literally was because we had got to the front of Crazy Bone's crib, and Cam Junkie was like, he was like, yo, I need you, and you to come back here so we can get this video shot. So we walked back there, and we just stand in his backyard. And then like I'm like low key like peeping in Crazy's house. Like, what you got in there, fam? And then like I see somebody come around the corner and his head was like, oh snap, like that's my dog. So he walking up, but I'm trying to be like,
what's up, man? How you doing?
You know what I'm saying?
It's not a big deal. You keep telling yourself this is no big deal.
He's probably hyped to meet me.
You know what I'm saying? Then he walk out and I'm just like, he like, what's up? You know, he all quiet. So he's like, what's up? And I'm like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? We just, you know what I'm saying? He started shooting the video. So
Up till this point, y'all hadn't had any direct contact with anybody within Bones. It was just through Cam Junkie or that's the name you said?
You know what I'm saying? And man, like it was just a really, really dope experience. And we just like we sat down, you know, he was talking to us, conversating with us and stuff. And we were just like, but the whole time, again, I'm just like in my head, I'm like, yeah, where? But in my man, I'm like, oh my God, crazy.
Bugging out, like,
this was like this has always been my all-time favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like my personal GOAT. So it's just like when the dude came out and we having conversation, he telling us about when Eazy-E was out here. And I'm like, bro, you hear what you just said? You know what I'm saying? Like you're talking about hip hop royalty. You know what I'm saying? So it was a surreal moment. You know what I'm saying? It was going in the blink of an eye. It definitely felt like a dream. But yeah, it was amazing, man.
At that point, had they already hopped on or jumped on the song?
No, they had heard it, and none of them was. I think at that point in time, Crazy and Lazy were the only ones that heard it.
Okay.
But they said they liked it and that it was dope. But that was all through what Camp Junkie was telling me. You know, I hadn't heard any of this stuff.
Right.
You know, so we were shooting the video, and then I think after our last take, Crazy was like, "Yo, that song tight. I like that joint." You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And we had to straight man like, "We're appreciate it." We were like, trying to keep our composure, man. But that was super dope. And from there, we went, met up with Lazy. You know what I'm saying? It was right in front of there's a bunch of Nipsey Hussle murals out there. But this one is one of the more popular ones and the best one, I think, personally. I've seen Snoop Dogg shoot there before. Lazy has shot there as well. And that's where we met Lazy Bone at. Do you want to talk about that?
It was crazy because, like, we had like a kind of like a time slot or whatever, and then like he ain't show up at first, and we was like, dang, like superstar, it's probably gonna fall through because at first he wasn't like really. Was that one set in stone at first? Or that was like a last minute when we got there type thing, right?
I think he was. We knew that we were like going to.
We didn't have a spot
that day. But it wasn't
like the spot wasn't set in stone. So like we went downtown, ended up like getting lost and stuff like that. Finally got down there. Then like he was maybe like 30 minutes to an hour late, whatever. And he like pulled up in his car or whatever. And then like I guess seeing him like the night before, it kind of set in already. It was like, all right, this is real. But then it was like he was so down to earth. It make you feel like he's obviously normal person, but it's like it's not like one of those like, oh, I'm a superstar, like don't talk to me type thing. It's like just humble. Chilling right here, like
with y'all now.
He was just down there, we just like laughing and stuff more than we shot the video for real.
That's dope. Because I was gonna ask you about that. Like, it seems like that would be like a high probability. Then you go meet the guys that you worshipped or whatever as a kid.
Don't meet your heroes.
Never meet your heroes.
But it wasn't like that. That's fire.
And then
that's
like
fine.
he met us down there, like I said, he don't know us. He's just going off like, Cam Junkie's word. So he meet us downtown somewhere, It's kind of like, it wasn't even like that well lit. So it's kind of like a dark alley type vibe. So like, you don't know us, but just meeting us.
It's bad random.
Exactly. But it was like really cool. We shot the video or whatever. His nephew was there. He was a little lit or whatever. He kept hugging me. I don't know why. He's turned up. He was a little turned. Like, he probably hugged him like 12 times. Like,
He looked at you and he was like, yo, you kind of big. You can be my body.
It was hilarious. Then he like made me an honorary Bone member. So,
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, you can hug if you have to.
Like,
I'm Bone now. That is what it is.
That's it for the documentary down the line or whatever.
Is this crossbone?
Yeah, there it is. That was easy.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Yeah, but that was after that we went and got Mexican. We had to do it. Went to the hotel room, barely got sleep, maybe between 2 and 4 hours.
Yeah.
Got on the plane and came back. So all that happened within 1 weekend.
Like a half
Yeah, it was worth it, but it was very tiring for sure.
That's fire.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I got more bone questions.
You know, bone question.
When did he hop on the song?
Yeah, I'm about to say how did
that happen?
I got you. Yeah, so Crazy and Lazy to this day are still not on the record, but we got Busy Bone on there.
Right.
How that happened, so as we were leaving and stuff, talking to Cam Junkie, he was saying, he gonna continue to chop it up with them and try to work something out for them to get on the record. So we came home, and I'm not sure, what's happening. I mean, the scheduling was like an issue for them, like touring so often and stuff like that. So, I still hopeful that they will come through. You know what I'm saying? We'll eventually get them on. But as far as Busy Bone, Cam Junkie shot him the record, said he liked it, said it was dope. And then we got on a call. That was like the middle of November. So this was like early December. We got on a 3-way call with Busy, Cam Junkie, and us. He was saying how he liked the record and, he was down to do the verse. You know what I'm saying? So we all agreed to it, and he knocked it out for us. He sent it through, and we were just like, I felt like even more than anything is like, this is like one of my goats on the track with me.
Yeah.
But the fact that my brother produced it, I felt even more like of a sense of proudness more than anything. I'm like, bro, like, this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys won Grammys. Like these guys are so established, and now it's like to make records with them. It's just surreal.
It really is. It's a blessing
for sure.
Yeah, it's always dope to get that kind of stamp of approval kind of thing.
Yeah, right.
And kind of leads me to the next topic here. The next thing that y'all got going on is you hit me up a little bit ago about working with Rashad Jennings.
Yeah.
Lynchburg legend, of course.
Hometown hero.
How did that come about? I guess I'll start with that first, and we'll get into, of course, what you're actually doing. But how did you even get connected?
Yeah, so it seems like Trinity is the album that just keeps feeding us because it's like
album that keeps on giving.
Yeah, bro, exactly. Because
that's what good work does. Though.
Man, appreciate it for sure. But like I said, we had the Thank You record on there. And then, eventually got Bone on there. So, like a year later, our homeboy J-Biz, shout out J-Biz. he always just show love, like a bunch of love. He'll like post himself listening to your record and telling everybody to go listen, stuff like that. So him and Rashad already had a relationship established through J-Biz's father.
Got you.
So J-Biz, he had just posted our record one day. And Rashad had seen it, I guess he followed him on Instagram or whatever. He was like, yo, this song is dope. It was like, who is that? He was asking about, who the artist was and stuff like that. He put him on, told him it was us. And honestly, I don't remember what happened between that moment and jumping on Zoom for the first time with Rashad.
Like all of a sudden, it's like Rashad heard your song and then you're on a Zoom call. What's up?
You know what I'm saying? So originally it was me, Rashad, Jay, and then our homie Chad Nelson, who somebody we're also working with, and he's based in Miami right now. And, we were just chopping it up. We were like, talking about putting together a project and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's just me at this point in time. And I'm like, I'm willing to do it, but I'd rather do it with my guys. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, bro, I'm heavy advocating. I'm like, yo, I appreciate what you're saying about me and my music and stuff, but I'm telling you, these guys are the real ones that you want. Like, you want them to be a part of this. So they were like, okay, cool. We don't feel like that'd be too many people working on this collective musical project. So I introduced these guys, and we've been working together ever since. Just that group of like Rashad's basically been executive producing this project that we're working on. Us three, Chad and Jay, are like the primary artists. So that's what we in the middle of right now. is working on that album. So you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, man. Like, it happened like he said it happened, and just like, basically, like, I'm just like he literally called me like randomly at night because Rashad is on like the he live in
in LA. West Coast time.
West Coast time. So
right.
it'll be like 12 over here. And he'll be like, yo, you got another beat I can get, or how's that beat coming along? I'm like, oh, dang. So I go into the studio or whatever, and just like, just coming along this. I sent him that. So basically, he got me producing all the songs on the project. Right,
Are you
now.
producing the whole album?
Yeah.
That's hard.
Okay.
That's hard, man.
Okay. Crime Wave was good.
It's like really surreal. Like it's just it's a blessing. Every time I think, sometimes I'll be at work and I'm like, I'm about to quit. I'm like, yo, screw this. Like, it's a
That's
time.
when you know it's real. Oh yeah, I'm about to be out this joint. No, that's all.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
was crying tears of joy.
Yes, man.
when the day comes.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you.
I was gonna ask about that, like how do you find the balance between work and then like doing your passion and stuff? Like, I think a lot of people or like artists struggle with that.
Yeah, man.
I had the same question because y'all are all married or have a fiance as well.
Yeah.
So on top of the work passion balance, you got time that you got for your ladies as
Yeah,
well.
amazing.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I mean, this is a cliche answer, but I feel like God just intervened. But on a practical level, it's just like I just really be really intentional. Like, yo, I'm going to the studio today. I'm going to knock out this song, and I'm going to do this, et cetera, et cetera. And then after that, I'm going to get ready for work, or I'm going to go work out. And you know what I'm saying? I'm going to spend time with my wife, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, but then again, it's like, some nights where I'm up in there at like 6 o'clock in the morning, just working on something.
Yo,
And
6 o'clock.
Yeah, like I literally went to bed at 6 last night working on a project film. So, so it's just like, you know what I'm saying? But I really think it really comes down to just like having a real passion for it.
Yeah,
Like
you gotta enjoy it.
you gotta
That
enjoy
type
it
of hours,
for
yeah.
real. Because I feel like that's one of the biggest things. Because I can literally just set and like it's so many times when I'm done with like a mix and I just listen to it over and over and over again for like an hour, 2 hours straight because I really like how the music sounds.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just like, and I think that plays a huge part of
And
it.
I'll say to add on to that is the fact that him working so hard makes it easier for us because obviously with him taking on the entire producer aspect, it's like he cooking up the beat from from top to bottom, spitting all this, coming up with concepts, demos, and all that. And then it's just open verses. It's almost like a template for us at times.
Yeah, so you going like complete like Pharrell.
Yeah,
you got the hook laid out.
Yeah, like-
I just need you a 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
It's such a blessing.
It
is
is.
such a blessing.
I
to
don't
have
take that for
sure.
granted, bro. I be like, man, because I mean, I feel like a lot of stuff probably just wouldn't get done because, like I said, it is a struggle for that balance. It's like currently, like I work an 8-hour job, but I like recently was working 2 8-hour jobs, so that's 16 hours in a day, plus time for the fiance, plus just personal time to chill. So it's like
You gotta sleep sometime too.
you know what I'm saying? So man, like you said, Moss, it's really a blessing, bro. And I don't take it for granted, man.
You definitely hear it. I can hear like in your project you dropped at the top of the year.
Yeah.
I can hear the progression. I can tell that you've been putting the time in, just the intro, because you got very extravagant type beats. There's a lot going on in your beats, and I can hear it. You got to put a lot of time in to make beats like that. That's not something you just putting a beat pattern and the melody on and throwing it together. You putting some work in them.
Yes, bro. Yeah.
Do you have like somebody that you I don't know, not mimic, but like that inspired you, like production wise?
Yes. And it's weird because it changes like every so often. Like in 2012, it was definitely like 40, like Drake's producer.
Yeah,
and
for
I'm
sure.
just like, yo,
I can hear that.
This is like, it was crazy because like, that's what I would hear in my head, but he made it happen.
Right.
So I'm
Right,
like,
right.
that's what I want to do. But like nowadays, it'd be somebody like Hit Boy. Like I like the way he like switches beats, and you kind of notice that on some of our projects, like the beat be going in and just switch like at the last 8 bars or something like that. So
I can say that a lot because no Hit Boy beat sounds the same. And that's how your beats are.
And I think that's so dope. So it's for me. I guess it just switches a lot. Like I just pull from anywhere. Like I'm just chilling, listening to music in the grocery store. I'm like, I can sample that and make something like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Do you do a lot of sampling? Obviously, that's something we all appreciate on Return of the Mac. We do the sample of the week every week. That's something that just blows my mind every time I hear a record that has a sample. Because as soon as you catch that even slightly familiar sound, I'm not any kind of music person at all. But I randomly will just catch like a quick little part of the song, and I'm like, yo, that sounds so familiar. And I'm immediately trying to find the sound.
But like, unfortunately, I don't, but I really want to. But the way, you know, things are now, and like, just like he said, like, I feel like we're going to be moving into that more like professional space. It'd just be hard to go about it legally and get it cleared. So
right.
That's wild. I thought you did.
Yeah.
Your beats sound like you do.
Yeah.
So why did you say you don't at all?
But it's like, technically I do, because the it's an app I use where you can get free samples.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just like stuff that people make and they put them out for free, and you can just click them, drag them, loop them up, do what you do, produce or whatever.
Well, that's even better. If you are making it sound like you're sampling big records and you're not, forget ever paying for these joints, man.
No, for real. And that's one thing I love
That's
about
the way
that
to get
app.
around it.
You know what I'm saying? But then again, my only downfall with it is it's free, so 1,000 other people can have it.
Right,
You know what I'm
for sure.
saying?
I got you.
Mm-hmm. So you know, it's pros.
That's what a lot of samples anyway, though.
For real.
Some of them are running to the dirt.
Like, yo,
Right, we've heard this 1,000 times. So
yeah, man.
They can get on the same sample if they ain't got that GI Wonder quality. What are you really gonna do?
Word. So what are some of you guys' favorite songs off the most recent project? What's the most recent? Trinity Too, right? Right.
Yeah.
What are some of y'all personal favorites off of that?
I don't know, man. It's like so many. Honestly, the skits, which is like not
Jimmy Live
songs, but it's like
funny.
it's
Props to you, right?
It's like when he sent me that, I didn't know it was like even going on the album at first. Like sometimes I'll just scroll through my email and see like new beats and something like, what is this? Like, you know, we even talk about a song, but it's like just beat after beat after beat, and you like all these.
You
ideas.
gotta love that though.
Yeah. It makes it so easy. It's like
That's
autopilot.
awesome.
And like I seen it. I think the first skit, the Jimmy Live Part 1, I was like, yo, this sounds like so crazy. Like,
It remind me of that Wiz. Remember Wiz used to have the skits? WEED. That's what remind me of them joints.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember the Wiz joints?
I thought of Cedric the Entertainer on J. Cole's Bobble Boat.
Okay,
It
yeah.
sounded just like that.
I didn't know that was him. Yeah.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, that's just immediately what I thought of. But yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that, because I'm not usually a fan of skits, interludes on a lot of projects, but those were done so well. And it fits so perfect in the album. But
But when I heard that skit, I was just like, yeah, this album's gonna be fire. Because we didn't even sequence the album yet. Before, like, we didn't do that until like recently. And that's what really made me appreciate the album. Like hearing the song, like the album from start to finish. I'm just like, we got something special. Like, because I thought Trinity, like the first one, I was like, all right, this is like our best work. And we made this. I'm like this is crazy. And just like the sequence. But I would say if I had to pick a song, it would be the song they made for their uncle. Oh, what's the name of that joint?
Everything I Ever Wanted.
Everything I Ever
That's a
Wanted.
good song. I like
I would say that's like my favorite song.
That's a dope track. I like that a lot. First things first.
Yeah,
I like that,
exactly.
man. I was like that.
I'm convinced.
I think that might have been the only record that it was like an outside producer. Ty, that guy. Shout out to Ty.
Okay.
Produced that John. He sent it to me or us. That was like end of 2020. So, and I was, I'll be talking to them about this all the time. It's like, if you showed me this track list 10 years ago, like if, we went 10 years into the past, somebody showed me this track list from the day and they asked me which song do I think would be my favorite, I would obviously say the Busy Bone feature. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a no-brainer. But because of the sentiment of Everything I Ever Wanted and it being so special, it's like that one, that's my favorite. And the crazy part about that is, so our uncle had passed away in December of 2020. And on the day of his funeral, that night was when we hopped on that 3-way call with Cam Junkie and Busy. It was kind of like a wild full circle moment of realizing I was like, for my entire life, I've always been able to pick up the phone and call my uncle, but I've never been able to get in touch with Busy. But for the first time in my life, I couldn't reach my uncle anymore, but we were talking to Busy on the regular, and it was just a wild
crazy.
dynamic. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Yeah. So
That's nuts, man. But I mean, it's like a different conversation when they say like energy never dies and stuff like that. And it just might have just tied you to,
yes,
moving you forward in life and stuff like that. So I mean, it's crazy, bro.
I absolutely believe that for sure. But yeah, with thank you. Everything I ever wanted. Obviously the Jimmy Live skits. I love the creativity behind that. And the Mirrors record that you got with MC Rest.
Yeah.
I really like that a lot.
Word,
For sure. That's hard. Heck yeah.
You mentioned MC Rest. I'm pretty sure I said this last time on the first album, but the features that y'all have on there are all really, really, really good.
Nice.
Like I've always, obviously, like I've always told y'all, like y'all, I think y'all's music is crazy, and it just blew me away to hear local talent be that good. Because you hear a lot of local rappers, and it's like you can spot somebody. It's like they're kind of decent or whatever, but not like. I think of this music as the other music that I listen to. Nice. But how did you end up finding other local rappers that had the ability to jump on a beat like this? I loved his verse. I thought T Hall killed it on Vipers. And that Key Harris.
Who's Key Harris? Are they another member of the group? Because they're all over. It's gotta be.
He was with us on the LA trip. And there was actually a discussion about him becoming the fourth member at one time. We just, I don't know. I guess, we just decided ultimately that it wasn't completely necessary. But, him and my brother are serial collaborators. And it's like you said, he's cooking up all the time. And there'll be times where like either we can't get to it or we procrastinate or whatever the case may be. Jordan is another workaholic like him. Yeah. He'll hit him and be like, yo, I got him working on this. So that's how they have so much stuff stockpiled. You feel me?
He's like a Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, y'all got a producer and a singer on call. A lot of people don't got that.
For real. Yeah. So, for sure. And then T Hall, he worked very closely with us as well. He was like an original member back in the day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And,
see, I was like Wu-Tang.
You know what I'm saying?
Mad affiliates.
Right, for sure.
MC Rest, man, we met him through our cousin actually. Yeah. I think they were like neighbors. Yeah. And he had seen some of our music. He was just like, yo, tie me in with your cousins. And literally that's how that happened. I actually talked to him on the phone today.
Word. That's
yeah, chopping it up. So
the funniest part to me is I see all of these people on Facebook. Cause y'all be posting the hilarious stuff, and I stay in y'all's comments. It's funny seeing these people. I'm like, yo, MC Rest. I know the dude from rapping. Never met him in my life, but we were talking nonsense on Facebook sometimes. I'm like, yo, just connecting dots is crazy.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope, man. That's dope.
Oh, word.
Yeah. Do you want to get into some of your favorite tracks on there?
Yeah, I think my favorite is probably Black Roses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's because I remember when we first, it was done. That's when I kept playing at work, and I think that was one for me that I was like,
it don't sound like a movie.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Yeah. And it's like I was like really because it was funny because the funny story about that beat is it was a dude from like Morocco, I think. It's like a group on Facebook that like basically everybody just powwows about the software that I use. It's like a mixed craft community group. And I sometimes go in there, I'm like, yo, who need beats? I was just, trying to get some bread and whatever. I was like, yo, who need beats? Just trying to get an extra few dollars or whatever. And this one dude's like, he was from like Africa. He was like, yo, do you got any trap beats? And I was like, no, but I can try to make you something. So he called me like, yo, I need a beat, a trap beat. And I was just like, okay, like what you gonna do? And he was like, yo, like I'm like, okay, what kind? He was like anything that's like, modern trap. I'm like, all right, say that. So I just, and that beat for Black Roses, that was one that I came up with, and I sent it to him. And that's why it has those like it sounds kind of like African drums almost like that. Is what I'm saying? Because I was trying to cater, just do something like a little bit like odd and different. Maybe he would like it, but he never hit me back. But I'm like, yo, I really like this.
Right. No worries.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote a hook to it, and then I sent it to Key Harris. I'm like, yo, sing this joint. And he put it on there. I'm like, I bet. Got a verse, send it to him, Boom. And I'm like, that's one of my favorite joints. Yeah. And I just kept playing that work over and over again. Like, yo, this is the one for me. So yeah, I think that was probably my favorite. But beyond the one we done for Uncle. So yeah.
That's dope. Did you guys have like a vision for the album? Like when you were putting it together, like ultimately, I'm asking because when I listen to it, like the first, I don't know, 5 or 6 songs I'm listening to, like I got dark, twisted fantasy vibes from it. I'm like, yo, this is amazing production level right here. What's going on? Like, but did you have a vision ultimately, like what you thought the project was gonna be, and did it turn out to be that?
Yeah, it's funny because like this is like, so for this album, and like again, it was just me like writing hooks, and I sent it to Key Harris, he had put it, and then they'd come up and then they'd just bring some fire on it, and it was really all over the place, for lack of a better term. It was just like, yo, I'm just putting out stuff, and I'm like, yo, we got a whole album. And then like right at the end, that's when I started doing those skits, and we talked about, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let's tie this all together. And we done the skits and this and that. And it just came out like that. But that's why I'm really excited for our next one, because he had a brilliant idea, like, yo, let's all get 4 concepts apiece, and we all come together on it. And what we got so far is nuts. Like, what they've been on, like, man, like, I'm trying to tell you, like, wait on it.
You already got the next project ready. Or at least the vision and
locked and loaded.
Trinity.
The Trinity trilogy.
Yeah, right, there you go.
Exactly. We were trying to decide on a name, whether it be like trilogy or Trinity of Trinity or whatever, but it'll be the 3rd installment for sure. But yeah, like he said, it's like I feel like, that's a great formula. Like I said, we'll have 12 tracks, and we'll all come with 4 concepts apiece. You know what I'm saying? And try to blend them as best as we can to make it sound cohesive. So I'm definitely looking forward to that for sure.
And that sounds like, I guess that's a different process than what you guys normally do. Because it sounds like Philip will be working on some stuff, and he'll kind of send it out, and you guys kind of plug in. But this sounds like y'all guys kind of be like working together on some things.
And I've always wanted to be more hands-on, but it's always been my fault that I haven't been. It's like, I wouldn't want him to stop working like he does. Like, I appreciate that. It's me that needs to put more of an effort into building concepts and things like that. So, that's why I love the 93 project so much. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, clear showcase of like hard work, consistency, and things like that. And obviously, with us being blood brothers, I'm so closely tied to all of the stories that he was telling on there.
Right.
So, it was only right. I was like, bro, I got to do a 95 project. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy already.
Yeah, so he's producing that entire thing and already got the concepts written up for that as well. And I can't wait to, really lock in and knock those out. For sure.
What's the time frame looking like for that? What do you think?
I just think realistically, because we're already working on the Rashad album and gearing up to release the Thank You as a single and release, Trinity Too in April, it's like I'm going to work as much as I can on it right now, and, try to get it knocked out within the next couple of months. But as far as the actual release, it'll probably be sometime after that Trinity album.
Right. You got a lot coming out right now.
Yeah.
Big waves.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is there a date on Trinity 2?
April 15th. That's what we're aiming for.
April 15th, coming soon. Be on the lookout for that. We all listen to it, and you need to as well.
That's on my grocery shop list. You know what I'm saying? That's the ones you put in when you grocery shop,
nice.
so you know it's good music. You feel me?
I love it, man.
It's great. It's great all the way through.
Oh, that's dope. Thank
Chris,
you.
do you have a plan for a solo album of your own as well?
Yeah,
Since we got
actually
Phillips
do.
first, we got Quincy coming. What you got?
Since we both born in 95, I can't use that name.
Who's older?
He got me about 15 days.
He got you.
days.
I think you could take him.
Yeah, you're right. But,
5 minutes in the room, bro. Whoever come out, got it.
Whoever comes out first,
Whoever
right?
come out first,
but
got it.
for real, I got one coming. It's gonna be called Lost Thoughts of a Genius. And it's funny because I had like that album title like back in like high school, I think, for a mixtape I was gonna make. Never made it. It would have been funny, but
Just been sitting on it.
That name always stuck with me. But obviously there's especially like Crown Wave is more geared like real musically, sonically. And Quincy's like more of a mixture, between both. I think I have really good creative ideas, so I just want to just rap. Like, it wouldn't be more song format. It's just gonna be like probably like 4 or 5 freestyles, just rapping.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
But
at
I
all.
did want to bring like a creative aspect, so it's gonna be more so like. So I'm gonna pick like just 5, great minds that's ever lived, like Einstein, Tesla. It's like rapping to them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
From my perspective, so it's like if they was here today, like I'm rapping to them, like what's going on, like some,
that's
you know,
kinda-
You know,
some-
you is a creative because ain't nobody thinking of nothing like that. Yeah, so like, that's
That's like some
interesting.
side high shit right there.
Right.
Putting the concept together. Yeah.
Black History Project.
Yeah,
something
right.
like that.
That's pretty
Man-
crazy.
Yeah, that's so hot.
That Mandela was crazy.
Do something like that. And then the next project, like you said, Trinity 3, it's gonna be crazy. Like we already go over like ideas we have for it, and like we got some ideas. Like we got some stuff.
For sure.
Oh yeah, I did want to mention, not to backtrack, but like bring up Rashad. It's crazy, like the 360, because like we met him like years ago. Well, we didn't even meet him, but like he had a show in the park. What park was that? Miller Park. Yeah, he did like I guess it was like a charity event or whatever, and we performed there, and it was
outta
terrible, like terrible, like underprepared.
It was horrible.
Yeah, didn't know the lyrics like that. Is no energy.
How many years ago did you say that was?
That had to be 2017. It was
Yeah,
17?
2017.
So about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
5 years
And
makes
it
a
was
big
like-
change.
The progression.
And now, like years later, seeing like Rashad constantly in the studio with us, going over plans for the album and stuff, talking about, performing and, just the future. Cause he said like he wanted to work on multiple albums, like, so it's like, it's crazy. Like what 5 years could do with, consistent work ethic.
Yeah.
Do you think that moment like changed anything for you guys to say like, oh, this won't happen to us again?
That's a
type
good
thing?
question.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what we said after we
Yeah.
performed. Like, yo, this ain't happening no more. Like, we gotta be prepared.
You get
And it propelled y'all probably to this point. So I mean, it's one of those things that like it shows you got to have failures to have success. That's the
Definitely.
only way it exists. So you can push yourself to the next
Definitely.
level.
And I
Either you
think
gonna quit or keep going.
We all have the same goal, which is really good because, like, most groups, it's like we just want the money type thing. Like, we really love music, like for real. And like Quincy was saying, between me and him, we really for this next album, we're really gonna be more involved because like Cromwell is like really like the glue to the group. Like if he didn't, I feel like sometimes if he doesn't push us, like he don't see me be like, yo, I need a 16. Some days I'm just like, I ain't rapping. But then I hear like one of his verses or Quincy verse, I'm like, yo, they
Wake
just
you
like
up.
spitting for real. Like I forget sometimes how good they are. And so I listened to his project when he sent it, like I didn't even get like a sneak peek or nothing. I was like, I don't want to listen to it until everybody else could listen to it. And then I played it in my car like right before work. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like
did
this
the
is like
same thing.
really good.
I did the same thing.
And I'm like,
We had, I don't know if it was before it came out or it was right when it came out, but whatever. You had sent it to me, and I had passed it out to both of them, and I was busy that week. So Moss got to it right
Going
away.
crazy.
Moss hits the chat. He's like, yo, y'all got to check out this new Crown Wave. He's
And
going
I
nuts.
used to be on their back about stuff.
Right.
But I'm like, yo, you gotta listen to this. Like he bugging out on every single record.
But he said all that, and I was like, yo, I'm definitely going to listen to it. Like, I'll get to it probably in the next couple of days or whatever. And I just kept getting caught up. So I remember it was a Friday night. It was like 10 o'clock on a Friday night. And Moss again hits the chat. He's like, yo, I'm telling you, y'all got to check this out.
And
I don't know if y'all heard me the first time.
He swears we don't be listening to him. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we
Moss
don't.
was acting like
Yeah.
my brother paid him to propose.
Seriously.
Hey, yo, did you?
But he finally got through to me. He finally got through to me that night. I was like, yo, Moss really doesn't, like, he'll share stuff, but he doesn't come back and say a second time, you got to check this out. So I wasn't doing nothing. I stopped what I was doing. I was like, yo, it's 7 to 8 songs or whatever. I'm going to listen to it right away. And it's the same reaction. As soon as I turned it on, I was just blown. Because,
Swear to God.
y'all have been talented. We already knew this, but the level up
can
from
hear
you,
it.
Crime
You can hear
Wave,
it.
from the Trinity album to this individual project.
I was like, oh, he lived in the
Was
studio.
nuts.
He doing little ad-libs in the background, little noises in the back. I'm like, yo, what's all this going on?
I can't remember which track that one is, but the one where y'all got the Quincy doing the heavy ad libs on. I assume that was Quincy.
I didn't do any actually.
That was you doing the ad
He's about
libs?
heartache. That's funny because Rashad is a ad I done on the track for him. He was like, "Yo, Quincy went crazy, man." I was like, "That was me."
Oh man, I've been giving mad credit to Quincy in my head. I thought he was doing all those ad libs.
No, yeah, that was me. And it's funny though because I did get inspired by Quincy to do ad libs because on Trinity, Father, how you went behind yourself and you was going. I was like, that sounds so dope. And when I done that track, I'm like, that I'm definitely putting that there.
Yeah,
So yeah. That's I remember writing that at work. I was literally cleaning a chair, and I was listening to the beat, and I like literally put the rag down. I sat down like I'm gonna write this. Like I'm gonna write this whole thing, and then I'm gonna work. So yeah. So that's what's up, man.
Man, I'll speak to it, a little bit. I mean, obviously I'm gonna have some bias with that. You know what I'm saying? Being my brother,
Sure.
but it's like, bro, as objectively as I can say it, it is like almost it's flawless to me. You know what I'm saying?
Likewise.
And it's like, bro, I'm at work telling people about it like it's mine or something. Like, bro, y'all got to check it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I love it, man. And Bug Spray, that's just my dog.
That's the same one for me.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Quick, Crime Wave, you got a way. You do all the hooks.
Yeah.
You write them all.
Yeah.
So when you don't got Key Harris killing it on there for you, your hooks are mad catchy. And I'm not like new music and stuff today. I used to be heavy into just like all I really care about is listening to the raps and stuff.
Yeah.
But all the new music,
man.
it was. I was.
You gotta evolve.
But it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I was like
Yeah.
that.
I'm stuck in the 90s. Yeah.
Now all the catchy stuff, I'm like, I love listening to Griselda and I love listening to Benny just tear apart a verse. But the songs that I just throw on and listen to over and over and over again is the catchy stuff.
Well, you can
It's
sing
the
along
raw
with.
wave we were talking about.
Yeah.
And you got the hooks that are mad catchy with the beat, but then you're killing it in the verse. I think that's what made me like just totally switch. Not switch my opinion, but early on, I thought my impression was that your passion was making the beats, and you were like, I'm down to rap some too.
Yeah.
And now I don't look at that way. I'm like, yo, this dude is a rapper that makes beats as well. J. Cole over here.
I'm gonna let you respond. I'm gonna let you finish.
I'll let you finish.
But that's what me and Chris was trying to tell y'all the first time. I'm like, yo,
he's the
this
one,
dude
like,
is an
They
assassin.
weren't saying that. They weren't saying that. They're like, you really the one. It was
No,
like,
like, yo,
all right, I mean,
yo.
we think it's Quincy, but this one up.
Yeah, right. You just go out there. They just being nice and so.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's your brother and all. So I get it.
Like, y'all don't understand. Like, beats really are like his second thing that he picked up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Oh wow,
bro,
that's
from,
dope.
From
That's
like back
dope.
in the day, bro, like, even to now, like, so like y'all said, like he really gets surgical with the verses and like just, I mean, is in a class of his own. You know what I'm saying? So, I've always been a heavy advocate telling people like, bro, he one of them. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
I appreciate that.
For sure.
No, I really feel like I want to like that come from like our dad, like because I remember and it's so because he got so many stories that he just don't tell me, and then we be talking about something and just bring him like, yo, I never knew that, and and one time he told me he was like, yo. I remember back in the day, I would go in just like a jam session. Everybody be like, we have instruments, play guitars and stuff. And he said he'll be playing, he'll just stop. He'll be like, yo, you play this right here. Then you wait like 4 seconds. Then he come in and he play that and he play that. And then I'm like, oh.
Sequencing.
Yeah. And I'm like, that makes sense why I have a passion for making beats and production and stuff like that. So I'm just like, wow, it's just really dope to see how, it comes through like your whole family line and generations and stuff. So yeah, man. Like, but all that stuff, man, that come from y'all. Like when we was on 205 rapping in the Jeep, staying up late night, man. We just
Talk about work ethic.
yeah.
Yeah, work ethic.
Like
real
man, yo.
Not for nothing, those were our parents on the 93 cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Okay.
that's dope.
So
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, right.
Think about it.
So yeah, man, it's just I like it's just dope. Like I really appreciate all the love y'all giving because when I'm making it, I'm just like, I don't look at. I'm just like, it's my story.
Which is what I do.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That's that talent. That's a gift right there. It's a real gift.
So yeah, man, it's dope. It's really a blessing. So.
Y'all ever think about like how I don't know how dope it was is you guys kind of aligned because you got Chris he's like the creative, he does the graphic design stuff. You Quincy, you doing all the video stuff, and you do all the producing or whatever. And y'all all rap. So I mean, it's like everything that people need to be successful, y'all have.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
y'all
saying?
got everything you possibly can need.
Y'all
in-house.
In-house, like
Yeah.
it's like incredibly. I wouldn't want to call it luck, but it's kind of like you guys a little bit lucky. Like that's what it looks
Take
like.
it
I
for
mean,
granted.
And we like talk about it all the time. Like we'll play around, be like, yo, we really a super group. Like we don't have to like outsource nothing.
Right, outsource
we have like
anything. That's
art,
a
we got
beautiful
beats, we
thing.
got our own music. And if we do outsource, it's like to our homeboys singing the hook or something.
Right,
like that.
right.
Think about the artists that's
But,
sitting there looking to find beats, looking to find somebody to sing
It's
on
so
the track.
hard,
Or
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to find artwork
Yeah,
to
we
get
got
on
a
their album.
cameraman and everything,
You got
so it's
source like
like-
all that stuff. Y'all got it right here. That's
Yo,
fine.
that's a really good point. And I think I like realized that when I like now just like doing albums with Rashad and stuff, the other guys in the group, they'll hit me on the side sometime for some beats. And I'll be like, why are they hitting me up so much about it? Then I come think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, most artists don't make beats.
Exactly.
And then like I appreciate it more because I hear like people in the industry like, yo, like I was on a label and I had to pay so many producers and the label robbed me. I'm like, I'm gonna avoid all that.
When y'all get them contracts put in front of me, it's gonna be a different conversation
feel me, bro?
because y'all already got it.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, it really is a blessing too, because that can eliminate, that can help my pockets as well. So, so yeah, man.
I've always just been grateful for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just being surrounded by talented people constantly. It's a blessing, man. And, it ain't like, they hit me in the head if I need something. It's like, it's all mutual. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
So it's like, bro,
right.
you give me this, I got you on the video. All right, you need a photo shoot, I got you. You know what I'm
Work
saying?
hand
That was the other thing I was gonna say is besides just having everything in house available to you, it works so perfect because nobody's stepping on toes neither.
Yeah.
It's not like two of y'all are trying to produce or you got all three got different concepts for how you gonna do the graphics. Like you just give it to the one that knows what he's doing with the graphics. Let the man shoot the video. Let this dude make the beat, and everybody's like, we know our roles.
And it sounds so easy for it to go like that, but I've, as a person that's been a part of different groups doing the rap stuff, like
not always the case.
everybody wants to be the one. Everybody wants to be the one, and when you got a group of people and everybody wants to be one, none of y'all gonna make it. None of y'all gonna do it.
Everybody
Y'all,
hold
if
each other
nobody
back
play
to
y'all
some
role and
degree.
play y'all part, y'all gonna all be bumping heads and it's gonna fall apart in the end.
Correct, bro.
Right, bro.
Every black kid has been in the rap group before. You already know.
It always starts as a group. It always starts as a group. Yeah, you got 10 people in there getting on the track. I remember them days.
Bro, I know you don't rap.
Just because you here, go ahead. Write something.
For sure, bro. For sure.
I would say like I think what helps us a lot that we actually like lived together for like years, like after high school, like literally I would say like maybe 2 weeks after high school, like I just moved in with them. Like I used to get in trouble a lot and stuff like that, but ended up getting kicked out. And then like because me and Quincy, we had a couple classes together in 12th grade, and we was cool, but we wasn't like brother cool yet. I knew them from rapping.
Right,
That's how I
right,
met them in
right,
school.
right.
It was just us three rapping, literally. I would hear Quincy better than me, back and forth and stuff like that. And
So that's facts.
those kids are a little slow. But
Oh man, the demise of Chiana Wonder live on camera.
ended up moving in with them and stuff. I ain't no Crown Wave like that good. Like we seen each other in the hallways and stuff like that. But when I moved in with them, I was like, there's like,
So how do you not know them but end up moving into them?
yeah, it's crazy. And that's why I feel like
Not
So
know 'em, but I don't
fast.
know you like that, but hey, let's move in together.
And that's why I feel like God came into play because like we was cool and I hit him up, tell him what I was going through and stuff like that. And then like I don't know, like I was like, yo, like I'm going through. I need someone to stay. He's like, I talked to my mom about it, something like that. And I thought it was kind of like a cool gesture, but I wasn't holding too much weight on whatever.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, my mom said he'd come through. It was supposed to be for like a week or something, like a weekend or something. Ended up turning like to 2 years. And like literally that like the first night we was just in the they used to have like an old Jeep and we like literally that was our studio, and like every night to like 2-3 in the morning making music, like constantly, like nonstop. I was just like, yo, like this is crazy. Like I've never met someone who like loved music just as much as me, who's like top tier level to where it's like, yo, I gotta pick up the pace like to keep up tight. And our brotherhood just grew for real. Like we struggled together and like just going through like these different stories like Bone and Rashad and stuff like that together. It's like is way deeper than just like the surface level stuff for real. I would say.
Dope, bro. Sure.
Yeah, honestly, when you put it that way, that's like really an amazing story. Cause it's almost like you guys all. I mean, you became brothers.
Like for real.
Yeah,
like,
you live with somebody for 2 years.
when you live with somebody, y'all brothers,
y'all brothers for sure.
Yeah, fall down there.
I see you got the eye boogers in your eyes in the morning.
That's awesome.
Like we went through arguments, we went through good times, like like brothers for real. Like
for sure.
yeah.
Of course, with growing young men and stuff like that, you start getting more testosterone, and you know what I'm saying, just being it.
Andrew didn't say that. I just want to. No, Andrew didn't say that.
Just being around each other, you can grow tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, space and then there can be a little bit of resentment in there and stuff like that. But Chris ended up moving to New York for a year, and it was like, dang, I feel like at that, like right before he moved, it was almost at a point where like I feel like there was kind of like a unspoken tension. You know what I'm saying? Like amongst us. You know what I'm saying? It was not like it was ever close to any beef or anything, but it's just like the fact that we're all men who really need to see
branch
the world.
out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
sure.
saying? So with that, and then it was like, so I was feeling that heavy, like we need to branch out. But then, like the moment I found out he was gonna move, I was like, "Damn, I'm gonna miss this." You know what I'm saying? So
They would call us every night.
we were talking like every day for real.
Yeah, what you doing, bro? Miss you.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. But I think that was very good for our relationship.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And you grew a lot as a man through that experience as well. So, ended up coming back, getting hitched. You know what I'm saying? And, we've been rocking ever since, for sure.
Oh, word. What was it? Oh, when y'all talking about, Quincy being better than you, or people will say that or whatever. When you're like creating a song or making a song, is that coming into your mind? Like, is it like the healthy competition type thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Every time. Does it ever mess you up? Like, oh no, who does he think he is?
Yes, absolutely.
Getting on the track doing this,
Absolutely.
dropping bars like this. What kind of flow you coming up with? Like,
Man, it's so many times when that happens. So like, I'll be literally like hesitant to start a song sometimes. I'll be like, we gotta do this song next. I'm gonna write my verse. When y'all gonna
right. I want to hear your verse first.
Yeah.
What you got?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He'll write something. He'll write something. He'll start putting these punchlines and these flows. I'm like, heck, why did I go first? And you'll write something just completely out of the world. I'm like, forget it. I'm gonna just let it be what it is.
What was that, John? All my plans is Ivana. He got that Holyfield. I was like, oh, that's how you come in to start the line off?
It's like, how, man? So yeah, that's definitely a fact. That's why I'm always like, I gotta study. Like, I gotta go into battle mode. Like, I gotta get the craziest bars.
Yeah, I think you came back with a nice one. Looking for the answer like Eric Snow.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Okay, yeah. Appreciate that.
Like Jones.
But yeah, man. Yeah, for real.
Definitely have the competition.
Yeah, I mean, I like ultimately that helps the group grow and everybody get better and stuff like that, and you can definitely like see the progression from all you guys, like from the first project I listened to now. So I mean, super dope. You guys remember the first song you wrote?
Together?
Either together or just in general. I think everybody who write music, right? They remember the first song they ever wrote, because you rehearse that shit so much.
I don't remember the first song I wrote, but I do remember this this bar that I wrote. I thought it was so hard. I never forget.
Or bar, yeah, that's good.
I'll never forget Raheem Francis. I'm talking to you. I never forgive him because I think I was in the 7th grade. He asked me to write him a verse. We were rapping.
Ghostwriting early.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I got this one hard bar, but I'm gonna give it to him. You know what I'm saying? And I
Oh, you was a nice dude.
I
You
thought,
was looking out.
you know what I'm
Damn.
saying?
Looked out
I
with his
thought it
heart
was
as
so fire. I was like, we was on the Let's Do It by Waka Flocka Flocka. That's what we was like. I said, and it's like in retrospect, you're like, that's trash. But I was like, not white, but I'm strapped with that KKK. And I'm like, that's. I thought that was so hard. I remember that.
I remember you floated and like, you're like, not white, what up that with the
Trinity 3.
Said you got 3 of them? How are you doing that?
I thought it was so hard.
It's
And I wrote-
already on the Trinity concert.
Yeah, right.
And I wrote the verse and I gave it to him and he was reading it. He read that line. He was like, this don't whack.
Yo,
My hardest bar?
Yeah.
I gave it to you?
Never again.
Never.
writing for you again.
Never.
There's no worse than somebody calling you a rap.
Right.
Right?
You gonna regret that.
made that an NFT.
Y'all remember your first record stuff?
Yeah,
like that?
listen, like, I remember my first record. I do remember a song. It was called Hospital, and it was about like somebody run up the stairs and getting shot, and somebody was pregnant. Well, it was just a crazy hospital scene. Like, oh, and I remember the hook was like beep beep flat line, beep beep.
I remember that.
That was the hook?
Yes,
Like you were singing it? You were singing?
yes, it was.
Oh, you messed up slipping.
Yeah, I did. I ruined it, bro. I ruined it. That was terrible.
Unforgivable.
So I remember writing like, yo, this is great. Like, nobody write like this. Like,
Ain't nobody writing like this. Ain't nobody writing like this.
I
Is
remember writing
hilarious.
it like I was literally just like laying on the bed, like looking out the window, like slanted on the bed. I was like, yeah. And I think Mom was like, she was like, Ray, come on, we gotta go. And I'm just like, wait a minute, like one bar, like
Right.
He's getting the mid off.
But yeah, that's the only one I can remember. Like,
That's hilarious.
From early
I
age,
forgot
yeah.
all about that.
I definitely don't remember the beginning. I just
I'll
know
tell the truth.
Terrible.
Tell the truth.
It's definitely terrible. I used to do like a lot of clout chasing raps for real, like to perform in school because I'll like add people's names in it and stuff because I know to get a reaction out of people.
Yeah.
So you throw in a couple people who's gonna be in the crowd that you know because they
sure.
gotta react to it.
that's always a good one.
Yeah, exactly. I remember the first bar I heard from Quincy to make me be like, "Yo, he's spitting for real," and it was like what was it like got so much coke we need a jacuzzi to cook it. I was like, yo, that's crazy. I was like, yeah, he's nice for real. Yeah. I was like, that's nice for real.
That's hilarious.
Your parents gonna be
That's
pissed
wild.
if that's going with the jacuzzi. They're gonna be
Cooking
pretty
up in the
mad about that.
jacuzzi.
I was like, that's fire for
I
real.
remember, like, at the time, Pusha T was my favorite rapper.
Yeah,
I was huge on
How
Pusha
could you not drop
You
a few
really need
coke
to
bars? It's like I'm listening to Pusha T.
I forgot that y'all told us that when you were younger trying to write, y'all was trying to be gangsters.
Yes, man.
Y'all could have been like
Yeah,
the Clips.
jacuzzi is
For real.
Let's get out of here, bro. Then
You
we kick
really
you
need
out.
to scale that the way the whales with. You really need
A bar, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first song me and him wrote together was in 12th grade. It was on Common I Used to Love Her. And we wrote that. I don't know what happened to that song. But I remember we wrote that and he used to like bring his like laptop. Well, it used to be Crownway's laptop. He used to bring it to school with the mic.
Yeah.
Like we used to like record in class and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is fire. Like I've never been to a studio and stuff before. It's like he's like bringing it.
How'd you record in class? You can't just go over that and just you're right. You can't just skip past
set
that.
up a booth in the corner in the back of the room.
How would you
We
record
was paying
in
off the
class?
teachers. Yeah, we had some like really cool teachers for real. It's like elective classes they didn't care.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
So
let
it
it
was
slide earlier, but you said y'all was recording in the Jeep when you were talking about
Yeah.
living together. That didn't make no sense to me neither. How did y'all do that? Y'all just record anywhere.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would leave the laptop charged for like an hour. So we would just like go, we just tripping
Right,
like,
right,
let's go get
right.
something to eat, bro. And then we'd come back like, yo, this joint charged, are we good? Bang joint in the joint and just like plug the, we had like a little USB mic, kind of like this, but it was like short, one of the little short, like
silver.
yeah, a little silver joint, and we just record like that. I remember we recorded one song in the Jeep. It was to Nas that what's that joint like? New York State of Mind.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I for some reason I think you was asleep.
I was asleep.
Yeah, you was asleep.
I was asleep in the back seat.
Yeah, and we was
y'all two.
and we were just like going crazy.
Yeah, I was like mad. I remember like hearing
It sound like a hot box session. That's what it sound like to me. I know what's going on here.
Yo, you funny.
Sleep passed out in the back seat. Yeah, all right.
No, you gas, bro.
Like I remember like waking up hearing. I think because we like I said we used to stay up like 3-4 in the morning or whatever. So I'm just sleepy. I remember waking up hearing it mad because I wasn't on the song. Because the song was already long, it was like 4 minutes. Yeah. I was like, forget it. But then like I remember we shot the video because I remember I shot the video for it and it was like really cold outside, like snowing and stuff. And I remember the views and stuff. People was like, yo, they going crazy. And I was like, dang, I wasn't a part of it. Like I really like slacked on this.
That's the funny part about it is like I started off as the beat maker.
Yes.
And Chris was technically the first videographer.
I didn't know that.
Oh, y'all switched roles. That's wild.
Yeah.
Found the lane though.
That NY State of Mind, that's still online somewhere.
It is.
Yeah. I think it's on Facebook or something.
I'm gonna look for it.
We
I'm
was
gonna look for it
heavy
after this.
into watching URL at the time, so we were just trying to say the wildest bars. And,
Oh, y'all was gun talking.
yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, I sent a couple of shots of something. If you don't want to stay down, then I'm swinging to Maggie Homer Simpson on the playground. And I was like, dang, what I was saying? It was something along those lines, but
I kind of
I
like
thought it was the hardest bar in the world at the time.
I kind of like it.
That was
Check
one
mark.
of them.
That's one of them, man.
Yeah.
Give it a check on that one. That's a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Immediate. That was
Yeah,
good.
that's that Dion Cole.
We will keep that one in the tuck.
Keep that one in the tuck.
It was going in on the train.
Yeah, man, we should be wild with the
Y'all got
bar.
lucky we Christian rappers. Now.
Yeah, exactly. We had to switch
Yeah,
it over. Yeah, for sure.
All right. I got a scenario for y'all. Now, we had a debate about a certain situation on the pod a while back. I don't know if you heard about the Fetty Wap situation where he didn't put Drake on his album.
Oh, yeah.
Now, so me and we was going back and forth just about how that scenario went down.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm gonna put y'all in the scenario. Let's say Cole hit one of y'all up. Y'all got a track that's kind of doing some little friction out here. He like, y'all like this track? Yo, Quincy, you going crazy? Hey, yo, Crime Wave going to get his stuff off. We need to take Chris off this joint, bro. We need to take him off. We're going to go up from here. What y'all going to do?
Yo, stupid. First, as a brother, you consult Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do.
Right,
I'm
right.
gonna consult him straight up, and knowing that he would be willing to move over. But yeah, I think
He said God doing work. Quincy's passing the buck to anybody, yeah? Crime Wave, God did it.
I mean, but honestly, yeah, that's what I would do. And I don't know. I feel like in that situation, we would all have an understanding.
Yeah.
Because Chris is already he not gonna fight that. Like,
Right.
like no,
Like it's cold.
yeah, it's cold. Yeah, so yeah, but I would still consult him as courtesy.
Exactly.
So we kind of like both was kind of right.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to say something to him, but if he is against it, it's like, yo, you tripping, dog.
Exactly.
Like, yo, you tripping, dog. Cole just called us. He tried to get this
Right.
From that point, I was just convinced, like, yo,
Yeah.
when we're like, yo, I gotta convince you that it's happening.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. I'm not asking
It's
anymore.
going to happen.
Exactly, and that's how
what
we
I'm
all
saying.
are, and that's how we all have been. It's like if we know that there's things that are for the betterment of the group overall, all of us are very willing to sacrifice or
Exactly.
compromise. You know, so yeah, for sure, that wouldn't be no issue at all. We'd be like, yo, bro, this is what Cole said. I'm knowing Chris, he'd be like, for sure, just like we would if it was switched around.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, obviously, it's cold, but same thing like with the Bone Thugs thing. For real, I feel like if I would have gotten a song, we wouldn't get as much track because like they really had like a true love for Bone and stuff. Like me, I wasn't a Bone fan. I wasn't a Bone fan until we touched down in LA and I met them. I was like, yo, I'm a fan. Like they cool. I'm a
They
fan
made you
now.
smart. They made you a bone, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I gotta be.
I'm all in now.
But yeah, like just like I remember when I first met them talking about, and you could tell like in the earlier music and stuff, like the flows and stuff like that. But like just seeing the whole situation from like the inside, but like standing back, seeing it like, yo, these are their favorite rappers growing up. We find out to LA to meet them. It's like not just going to LA and we meet them. It's like that's the reason we going out there.
Yeah.
And then like them get Busy Bone getting on the song. him constantly like texting Quincy and them on calls, and so I'm like, yo, this is real. Like, so I'm definitely a Both Thugs fan now. So like, whatever's best for the group, I'm like, I'm down.
Yeah.
Who is your bone? Who is your like rapper that?
Lupe, and I got to meet him, so that's pause. But
I hate Moss. I hate Moss so bad.
Oh, crazy.
But Lupe is my like favorite rapper of all time. Like that's like my GOAT. Jay-Z is my favorite rapper of all time, but Lupe is my like.
I think Lupe is Jay-Z's favorite rapper.
Exactly. So
that
I'm
all
good
makes
either
sense.
way.
Yeah,
But
where you at? I'm pretty sure Jay-Z
Hope
said
mentioned
this
that.
before.
Yeah, he listen to a lot of people that he like.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure he
pointed out
said
Lupe.
that.
But
It
Lupe
wouldn't be
is
a
like
bad. It wouldn't be a bad choice. That's all I'm saying.
Lupe is like my GOAT for real. Like how Crazy Bone is his, but like Lupe is mine. I got to meet him and stuff. So
it's like you gotta imagine how surreal these moments are for us. And to relate to the scenario that you just asked, I was with Chris at the Lupe show, and he had the painting of Lupe and all that. And that's just such a luxury to be able to rap at such a high level, but then to be able to literally just paint.
Yeah, the painting is crazy.
That's a whole nother thing.
It really is crazy.
But he had the painting, and he was talking to, I guess it was like Lupe's security or manager or whoever.
Yeah, something like that.
He was like, trying to get backstage and get it to him, and he let you, and I was trying to go along with you. He stopped me. He was like, hey.
Nah, bro.
And that was another one of those moments where it was like a inner peace and an understanding, like, oh, this is his moment.
This one is his moment. Like, let him have his moment. Yeah.
Exactly. Like the when we went and met Crazy Bone, Chris wasn't allowed to come to the back of the yard. It was like at the peak of the pandemic. We were trying to keep it as minimal as possible.
Right.
Gotcha.
And Chris, he expressed the same sentiments of like this isn't a moment to be bitter. This is like a moment to be happy for your brother.
Right,
you know what
for
I'm
sure.
saying? So it's like, just the fact that we all have got to experience situations like that. It's like you just, like I said, just surreal is the word that I can use to describe it. It's like it seems fake almost. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, are we really about to do this?
You're right.
When I say we were Bone fans, like, bro, we had every CD, every poster, knew every lyric, like knew the details, knew nicknames, birthdays, family members. Like,
I'm just wondering. I listened to the last pod a little bit, but how does that happen? Because Bone Thugs. What are you guys like? You born in 95, 93, so Bone Thugs is already kind of like at the height at that point in time. So by the time you really understand the music, you was probably long gone from where Bone Thugs was at the height of their career.
And that's where I feel like it's divine. You know what I'm saying? Me and him was having this conversation before too. It's like you said, I was born in 95, you was born in 93. Excuse me. So and I remember vividly listening to their music consecutively and the most it started when I was like 10 years old.
All right.
So that was 05. Their music was long past its prime at the time.
We're talking about 50 Cent at this point.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And one of the earliest music video I remember seeing was First of the Month by Bone Thugs and Harmony. Wow. It was like the only one I remember from seeing all those, back, when I was an infant, small child. So it's like, I just think with that sticking to my memory and us somehow finding our way back to being fans of them, even though it's 10 years past their prime, it's kind of like meant to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, them coming to Lynchburg. It sounds like a bad movie. You know what I'm saying? It's so much unrealistic stuff that happened. It's like they came to Lynchburg in 2018. And by that time, it's not like we weren't fans anymore, but we were over the fandom era.
Right.
So it's like, if we go to the show, that'd be dope. But if not, it is what it is.
Right.
But my girl, she just so happened to buy us tickets. Me and her had just got together.
That's
so
crazy.
we went to the show.
That's how you know she was the one.
Yes. 1,000,000%. Check this cool nugget out as well.
Nugget is nuts.
So I had just got into cameras at the top of 2018. Mm-hmm. If I hadn't been into cameras, I would have never looked on stage for a cameraman. I just would have been mesmerized at Bone.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I seen their cameraman. I was like, I'm gonna reach out to him. I'm gonna let him know that I like what he's doing. I'm gonna encourage him to keep it up, and just let him know that I'm trying to do the same thing he's doing. And of course, he hit me back Cam Junkie.
Go-
It was like,
That's what
bro,
you were talking about.
yo, here's my number. Hit me up. Let's talk. Let's chat. You know what I'm saying?
That's real, man.
Yeah, that's
Bro,
love
awesome.
too.
2 years later, after we shoot the film, shoot the scenes in Crazy Bone's crib, we standing out front talking. He tells us that night in Lynchburg was his first time shooting video for Bone.
Wow.
No way.
It's like, what are the chances?
Right, something you
Y'all's biopic gonna be crazy.
It's like what, and they weren't supposed to stop in Lynchburg. That was just some random tour stop. Like they just
Right.
added it on last minute.
Yeah.
So it's like it just feels divine to me.
Yeah,
You know,
it really
seriously.
Everything
Yeah.
falling into place is
Right.
crazy like that.
Crazy.
honestly,
Like,
bro.
why y'all in Lynchburg?
Yeah, and
Same with Lupe. Like, why
Yeah,
you?
Yeah, and it's funny that you say like by that point we won't fans, which I definitely we won't fans, but we won't like. Oh my god,
Won't super fans,
Yeah.
won't checking for the latest video.
right at all. Like that y'all established.
Yeah.
But I remember going in and when they came on stage.
It came
I'm
back.
like, oh my god! And they got to spin. I'm like, yeah, for them. Like, I was like a kid.
I miss
yo.
my Uncle Charles too.
I ain't even got Uncle Charles, but I miss him.
For real.
But yeah.
But for real, it was the same thing at the Lupe show because he didn't go to that show.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just me and Chris. And I was like, when I was in high school, we listened to a bunch of Lupe and downloaded a bunch of his music illegally onto our computer. And, he was going through, like, you forget about some artists forget about some records they got until you go to a show.
Yeah.
He started performing, so I'm like, yo, that's John in there yelling, yo. You know what I'm
He'll be
saying?
watching that snap of you.
Oh, yeah. Rapping the kick push. Yeah. So it's like, it's amazing.
I gotta hear about the meeting Lupe because Lupe was one of my favorites when I was younger too. Like those
my
first two
favorite.
albums, I just absolutely love. What was that like? Did you get much time to talk with him, or was it kind of a meet and greet quick thing?
It wasn't even like he didn't even have a meet and greet. It's crazy because so I did the painting. I didn't even know I was gonna meet him at first. I just did the painting. I was like, all right, Lupe coming to Lynchburg. I think I had like a week and a half. I was like, I got it. I'm gonna do this painting. I'm gonna find a way to get it to him.
That's amazing.
So I hit up the dude, I guess, who was like hosting it, like at Phase 2 or whatever, like that. I'm like, yo, what do I have to do to get this to Lupe? He was like, yeah, buy the VIP tickets or whatever like that. So, me being young, I'm like, all right, that's smart. Yeah, buy the VIP tickets and stuff. So, me and so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get these VIP tickets. It was like double the price of like the floor tickets or whatever. So I'm like, all right. And my girl went with me. So I'm like, I gotta get her a VIP ticket too. All right. So I get to VIP. It's like 3 people up there. I'm like,
That was very important.
yeah.
Y'all ain't very
Yeah, I'm like, so before I get to VIP, I walk in the door. I'm like the first one there. I'm hyped. I got the painting in here. Showed the security. I'm like, yeah, I got this painting. I'm supposed to be meeting Lupe. I didn't know I was supposed to be meeting Lupe. I told him that. He's like, oh, that's dope or whatever. A lady walks by. She's like, oh, I like that. She gets on the elevator. He was like, oh, that was Lupe's manager right there. I'm like, wow. Like, that's my opportunity. I'm like, so I'm like, kind of like, pissed off already. So we go to VIP. They got free food and stuff. I'm like, at least they got food. So we eat and stuff. And then Quincy and them came.
A little bit more important than.
Yeah. So I'm a little happy now. Quincy and them came. Everybody, like literally everybody who's there is like, so the bottom floor is packed. So I'm like, I pay for VIP. And like we go downstairs where everybody else. I'm like, I spent all that money.
Right.
So and everybody
else down
downstairs
there on the floor.
Exactly. I'm like, why do I only me in VIP? Like nobody's up here.
I'm far away from everything.
Like, you pay VIP for the nosebleeds.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's wild. My man's really got you. That's
Yeah.
cool.
finesse.
So I've been texting the dude while I'm there. I'm like, yo, so how am I gonna get this to Lupe? You say, you're gonna help me out. And he's just like, oh yeah. And I'm just like,
Yo.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
wild.
and then like he eventually I couldn't find him there. He wasn't responding back and stuff like that.
Of course not.
So I was telling Quincy, I was like, yeah, I gotta get this to Lupe. I gotta find some way. I'm like determined. I ain't do all this for nothing. So like I'm walking around. I go to like his merch table and I asked the dude, I'm like, yo, is there a way I can get this Lupe? He was like, I don't know. He don't like talking, don't really want people coming back to his room and stuff like that or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. He's like, but I'm gonna find you out in the crowd. Don't worry. He's like, when the show about to start, I'm gonna find you. I'm like, you ain't about to find me. But like, cool, thank
All
you.
right, so much bull at this point. Yo, you lying to me too.
Exactly. Like, I'm ready to just go back to VIP now. But I'm gonna find you. I'm like, cool. Like, show about to start. I feel like tapping my shoulder. He like, come on, you only got a couple seconds. Come on. So I'm like telling Quincy like, yo, come on. Yeah, facts. We going over there. He told Quincy like, nah, you can't come in and stuff like that. Like, I'm like, trash, but bet. All right. So I go in there and stuff. And like, I see Lupe and it's like weird. It's like, cause I think he was like, so his back was to me. He was like rapping his verse or whatever, I guess, practicing. I'm like, this is weird cause he tall. He like 6'2" or 6'3". It looked like, yeah, he's like tall.
I didn't know he's that tall.
I didn't either.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I'm like kind of like not looking up to him, but like slightly like, yo, you kind of tall. Yeah, and it's crazy because like growing up, like I knew like a million things. Like I just know I got rap to him. But like I like not froze up. It's like I don't know what to say. Like I'm here in front of you, so I like dapped him up and stuff. Be like, yo, this is dope or whatever. And then he like autographed it. And then like I asked him like perform 2 songs and stuff like that. He ended up like performing it and stuff. So like that was like really dope. Yeah. And like yeah, like that just like made my night for. I'm like, yo, after all of this all it took was not buy VIP tickets.
Everything's
right. The merch table.
Just hit the merch table.
That was dope. Yeah.
That reminded me like when you said like how you had all these things in your mind, but in that moment it was something different. That reminded me of like the first time we met Bone. Yeah, was in it was in December of 2018, the same year I got my camera. Because Cam Junkie, he had hit me later, and he was like they were coming to perform in Richmond in December, and they were on like Snoop Dogg's Puff Puff Pass tour. They were like one of the openers. So he invited me up there to film. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, this is like my first big filming gig. You know what I'm saying? Being around these legends, honestly. So me, bro, my current fiance and his wife went up to Richmond. You know what I'm saying? We met Cam Junkie in the hotel, and then the Bone members were coming in like one by one. This is like our first time seeing them off stage, and like they were coming into the hotel room to get dressed and head over to the venue.
Like as normal people.
Yes, yes.
Right.
So we seeing them in the lobby, and we like,
yo, that's when we first walked up.
Yeah.
And we saw Lazy Bone, and then he was like, yo, there's a Lazy Bone right there. And then like he looked at him like, what's up? And then I was like, yo, that's great. You know, and like all you smelled was weed.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, eventually they all got there, and then everybody got ready, came down to the lobby, and that's when Cam Junkie was introducing us personally. We shaking hands, taking pictures. We were like, yo, this is amazing. Yeah. So we went, you know, we followed them. We were basically part of their entourage. It's like probably 7 cars. Went over to the venue. As soon as we pulled into the zone, you talking about smelling weed? Like it was so loud. Snoop was in there. You know what I'm saying?
It's a wrap.
Right. So we parked. We got up. We went in through the back entrance with them. And I remember it was like a wild dynamic. It was almost like a dream. So Flesh and Bone walked in like behind us. Crazy, Lazy, and Busy came in from this way.
Yeah.
And they were going like down the hall, going to their dressing room, pretty much. And like for half a second, I seen the door open, and I seen a tall dude with like a head wrap on. It was Snoop. Yeah. Right. I was like, then the door shut. I was like, yo, that was Snoop. Yeah. So we were walking.
You don't want to go in there. You'll come out different. I'll tell you that.
Right, bro. We were walking to their like it wasn't like a dressing room. It was like their chill lounge area or whatever. And I look to the right and I see Corrupt from the Dog Pound. Yeah. I'm like, yo, he just right like where Chris is. Like, I'm like, yo, this is like what's going on?
All the West Coast legends.
For
sure, right.
We went in there, you know what I'm saying, was chilling before they did the show, whatever. Then, you know, I linked up with Cam Junkie. He was like, all right, come with me. And then we all went. We basically like was around the stage. It was like an arena, right? Yeah. You know. Mm-hmm. And I was like on stage, and I was down in the pit where the security is and stuff, just filming, taking pictures, looking out at the sea of crowd, and I was like, "Yo, this is amazing. Yeah. This is what I want to do." Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
When did you say this was? When?
2018, December 2018. Wow. Yeah. So I'm getting to the point of the Lupe situation. Finished the show, whatever. As we were heading back to their lounge area, well, we seen Afro Man when we first came out as well. Heading back to the lounge area, look to the right, I see Too Short chilling in the cut. And I was like, wow.
It's crazy.
You know? So we went back to the lounge area. We're getting ready to leave, and everybody go their separate ways. And, you know, I'm sitting there just chilling with, you know, you and our ladies. Yeah. And I see Crazy Bone just standing in the doorway, maybe 2 feet away from me. And everything that I told him on my verse on Thank You is what I wanted to say right there.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was like, you know, the Holy Spirit was saying like, this isn't the moment. The same way with Chris, how it was like, you think you're going to do all these things when you see your idol, but it's like, it's something inside you that just tell you like, you know what I'm saying? This is not it, you know? And the full circle aspect of that is like, had I told him all those things in that moment, he probably would have been like, yo, thank you, appreciate it. Yep. That would have been it.
Right.
Versus being patient and being able to say all these things in a verse in his backyard in our music video 10 times better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, like, you know, that was just a little story out of that. But, yeah, it's amazing, bro. Amazing.
That's dope.
That's what's up. For sure.
Yeah.
You want to hit said you had rapid fire questions?
I do got some rapid fire. I know y'all heard a quick time with slime.
Quick time with slime.
Drink champs.
We're gonna do a little Mac version of it. I got a couple quick hitters, this or that. Pick which one y'all want.
You want to start from here and then we just keep passing it?
Yeah, we can do that. All right. This probably be a tough answer to you, but group or solo?
Group.
Group.
Oh, he thought about it. Though. Look at him funny now.
I should have referenced it like what kind of album do you like making more? Doing the group album or doing your own solo album? Sure, like that. Group.
Okay, yeah, I might say solo, man. Like just for like.
The mic.
All right, David Russell.
You said the mic. I thought you said the money. I'm like,
Hey, got split this 3 ways.
Yeah, like 100% better than 33.
No, I love doing like group projects, but solo is just like you're able to hone in and focus in and be repetitive if you want to, and just make it your own completely. So yeah, I love that aspect. So, for sure.
That's fine. All right. Cole or Jay-Z?
Hove.
Easy.
What are we talking about?
This is the artist themselves.
Hove. Yeah, easy. That's easy for me.
Musically? Just music?
Right.
Which artist would you prefer? This is all
It's
it is.
what I prefer to listen to.
Left. Yeah.
Cole.
Okay.
I say Cole too.
Okay.
I don't Google Jay-Z a lot.
Like his accolades are out of this world.
Yeah.
Hoes are. It's like people say he's the GOAT, and I can't argue with that. I mean, look at all he's done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, personally, who I want to listen to, I'd say Cole.
Right. Understood. All right, we're gonna take it to some Christian rappers. So if y'all know y'all is Lecrae or D1. Y'all forgot about D1.
Honestly, like it's crazy. Like we're Christian rappers, but I really don't like listen to Christian rappers. I listen to them for real. Like that's like honestly like.
I agree. This is the only Christian rapper I listen to.
That's love. I guess I would say.
Better watch out.
I guess I've heard more Lecrae.
Right.
You know, I've heard some D1 stuff, but
I gotta say Lecrae because it's some hooks.
he's the Hove of Christian rap.
Yeah, is he the Hove of Christian rap? He's the Lil Wayne, the Hove.
That's wild.
All the best.
The funny thing about him, I don't really know his music like that either, to be honest. But I feel like he's grown in popularity, like just as a personality over the last 2 years. I end up watching like a lot of stuff that he just like puts out Instagram talking or whatever.
Same,
He seemed like a real cool dude, but I'm not super familiar with the music.
Same.
All right.
D1 though, deep pull. I see you.
D1 took it back. He was popping in 2011. Y'all forgot.
I like some D1 songs.
Everybody know about D1 a little bit. But all right. Virginia producers, Timbaland or Neptunes?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna go Neptunes.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Neptunes on a personal level.
Okay.
This is a question for him.
He got one joint.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Who got one joint? What are you talking about?
I'm saying he got one joint that's like it's by him, but it's like
Timbaland?
the Timbaland. I'm gonna go Neptune. They got.
Hold on.
For me, it's just like I'm more drawn to a melodic sound. And that's from the Bone Thugs influence. So,
Yeah,
but
Pharrell's
Timbaland
gonna give you that.
You said Timbaland got one.
He
What
did.
is- what?
no.
And he kind of made it sound like it was a hat. Like he helped
He
with
didn't want to
it.
give him that one.
That dude's alright.
Yo, Timbaland is a super duper legend.
Yeah, like, he's a legend.
I got one Timberland the producer and Timberland boots. I know Chris got the boots.
Oh man.
New York, New York.
Yeah, right,
Say something. Like,
Say something crazy.
I love that beat.
Man, yeah.
That beat is amazing.
That's really underrated for real.
It really is, but you know, I guess it's only one. And that's what I mean by
I was
one.
not expecting all this Timberland disrespect. I hate that say something beat. Some of that Drake joint?
I mean, but no. See, look.
I don't know. I don't think that's one of his better joints
Yeah, see,
personally.
I understand your point because he's known for the.
Right. Timberland sound.
Yeah, you know.
Don't get me on here talking no Virginia hate. I ain't Virginia cute. I'm Virginia cute. You know what I'm saying?
You are Virginia cute.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Artists you prefer better, Kanye or Drake?
Oh, man.
Yeah. Had to throw that one in there.
I'm a Kanye stan.
Right.
But I love Kanye. Like on a creative level, yeah. But like,
that makes sense.
already.
he don't know me, man. But music, oh man, I'd rather listen to Drake. Slow music.
Oh, you gotta go. I'm sorry.
What?
So you picking R&B Drake over Kanye altogether?
R&B Drake is different. Like
He put it like that.
Is it 808s and Drake?
I'd rather listen to Drake, but I like Kanye better. I'll put it that way. I like
So you
Kanye
picking
better.
both, basically.
I'd rather listen to Drake.
I got you.
I'm going Drake 7 days of the week.
Okay.
Just, yeah.
No, all right. Is this
We cutting all this.
Is this because of like the Kanye we know now? Like
No.
if we're just comparing it to the early Kanye, like the first 3 album, 4 album Kanye compared to Drake, just to put it in perspective.
Yeah.
Which Drake? Like,
All
I
of
guess
Drake.
all of Drake.
Yeah.
I'm still going Drake, but that 3-4 album Kanye.
It tightens it up a little
that
bit.
Kanye is insane.
That tightens that
Kanye, if
rate-
we doing
race up.
early Kanye,
I'm still
I'll do
going
Like
Drake.
first
I'm
3 albums?
I'm too much of a fan of like blending high level rap with
Melodies and all
40
that
is
stuff.
a monster. So it's just like for me, it's no.
Yeah,
way.
yeah. I mean, look, I'm on the same way. Look, Drake, I got Drake over Kanye. Because, and here's the reason why. The early Kanye, he's still legend today. That early stuff, that was crazy. But it was so, I guess it's like, he was mainstream. Not the saying he was following somebody else, but like you heard him everywhere. Just like you heard Drake everywhere, but Drake was so different at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would say Drake's best records are his B-sides.
yeah, exactly.
definitely. I
And that's
agree
what I'm
with
saying. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, yeah.
Understood. So what was it? It was you picked Kanye,
Yeah,
Drake.
Kanye.
All right.
Kanye.
All right, I got an album comparison.
Oh.
Get Rich or Die Trying or Good Kid, Mad City.
We over the last one. I was gonna say Give It to Die Trying.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I used to think I was 50 Cent. Man,
That's such a classic.
oh man.
It's the best debut album of all time.
That's a
in
good
my
I
question.
think so, yeah.
Wait, which one?
If you want,
Give Rich or Die Trying.
Like as far as
Yeah, sales and all that.
Great
sounding amazing.
I gotta go with Good Kid, Mad City. I have to. That's probably like my favorite album of all time. It might be.
it's up there.
It might be.
I think Good Kid, Mad City is just.
But Mini Man.
Oh man,
Of course.
Get
Of
Rich or Die
course.
Trying is an undisputed classic.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
But Good Kid, Mad City, I think when you take an artistic approach in your analyzation, it's like this is so much more deeper on a conceptual level.
Right.
Yeah.
50 Cent was, primarily just rapping about his life and street things like that. And I guess, Kendrick as well, but he just did it in such an introspective way
storyline.
that it's like, it's too good. It's
Right.
too good. I got to go with Good Kid.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Get Rich or Die.
That's funny. Can I say a stalemate? Like, can it be a tie? Like,
Oh,
That's
I'll
fine.
be tired too then.
yeah.
I didn't know the rules.
Like, that's two different eras in my life.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I'm a
Facts.
kid.
Facts,
I
facts.
heard that.
Right.
Like, yo, this is like, I want to be 50 Cent. Then I hear Kendrick like, yo, I want to keep rapping. So it's
exactly.
So
and I got to see like
time.
Get Rich or Die Trying come out in like living in New York, New Jersey.
See that?
That was probably different.
That's
had the city on lock.
That's dope for sure. I think everybody wanted one of those G-Unit beaters.
Everybody was shape. Everybody was built like that.
Thick strap. But then you have to realize once you put it on, it's like, oh, my chest is developed enough.
Chest is not filling that joint out.
I forgot I'm fat.
You're just dying trying.
You just dying trying.
I had mine for 3 years before I got
He just started putting it on. He just started putting it on now.
Y'all been hitting the weights pretty good.
Yo, I forgot I ain't shaped like that.
Like, man. That's crazy. Why you built like you died trying?
Right. You don't look very bulletproof. Put that on. I'm gonna tell you that. You know.
At all.
That was actually, speaking of 50 Cent, the first song I ever performed was Stunt 101. It was like second grade, I think. First song I ever performed.
That's a good
Young
one.
Buck's part. Me and my two friends.
He spit Buck's
Young
part.
Buck had the best verse in the whole song.
That's hard.
Where'd you perform this at?
Oh, in class. In class.
In class.
In class.
Y'all was doing everything in
like,
class.
It's crazy. Like, we used to have like a talent show in class like every Friday.
Oh, word.
And we got to pick a song and stuff. And I remember doing Stunt 101. In third grade, I performed Hush by LL Cool J. And in sixth grade, I did Blue Magic by Jay-Z for Black History Month.
Yo.
Oh, you had all this.
Yeah, I
That's
remember getting
wild.
in trouble for Blue
range.
Magic. Because I remember it was a Black History project. You had to just do like a black person and do like a biography, but you had to like basically like act like them. So when you present the project, you had to like speak like you were them or whatever. I remember like I was doing my homework
So I'm
and like my
Frank
dad was
Lucas.
like, "Who you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm doing Jay-Z." He's like, "You doing Jay-Z?" Like all these, you could do like Frederick Douglass stuff. People actually did something about So I'm like, nah, I'm doing Jay-Z. Like, then he was like, what Jay-Z do with black people and stuff like that? And I was going through the whole thing. He was mad about it, but I ended up like performing Blue Magic. Yeah, Jay-Z.
That's hilarious.
That's
Came into
wild.
second grade, Stunt 101.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah,
They went to LL Hush.
yeah.
That's wild.
Great song, great song.
I think that's all I had on my straight shots.
Nice.
Straight shots.
I had just random question of your what were your thoughts on the Bone Thugs verses?
Oh yeah.
Great verse, hilarious.
3-6.
I'll let
was
y'all
wild.
start with that for real.
That was
As fans.
very entertaining. That was like the only verses that we like paid for,
Yes.
right? You know what I'm saying? We bought pizza, we all pulled up, we made it an event out
That's
of
fire.
it. Matter of fact,
Bone party.
if I was in LA, I would have been filming at the verses. Cam Junkie was there.
Yeah.
No
And
way.
he was like, if you would have been out here, you would have definitely been able to film this joint. So that would have been incredible.
Yeah, that
Oh man.
But it was I think 3-6 won by landslide.
yeah.
But it was very entertaining, and it was just the fight was hilarious.
That's honestly all I
Boy,
saw.
busy.
yeah,
That's it.
Busy gets busy.
yeah, exactly. So we seen that, we like, we gotta have him on our album, and then we
The stock is going up.
yeah, very entertaining though, hilarious.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Like, it was very entertaining. I definitely think Bone lost, but then it's just, I don't know. But just according to like mainstream stuff, like 3-6 was coming heavy. But
I forgot they had.
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was entertaining nonetheless, and it was dope to see them, like powwow and stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Just seeing Bone all together like that was dope to see for sure.
it's really dope for real.
That's fine.
No doubt.
What so I just want, what made y'all going back, you said you guys used to be like really into like heavy battle rap, gun bars and stuff like that. What made you want to make the transition to Christian rap? Like,
You want to start?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, cause see, the thing is, it was always there was always like that influence. We always had a Christian background. We always believed in God and stuff.
right.
And just being kids, you like rap. You see rap like, yo, that's dope, and you kind of fall into it. But we still had that like conscious undertone in some it was weird because like when we did songs, we had like a conscious undertone, but if we would just do freestyles, it's just like, yo, you say whatever.
Right.
So it was just kind of
yeah.
like, you know, and then at one point I just had a revelation like, yo, it's weird because it's like two-sided and I don't want to be that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be
right.
like, oh, on you doing a record, you sound like you uplifting, but then when you doing freestyles, you want to kill people. Like we had some crazy,
It's like that's. I think that's the most ironic part. Is like we wouldn't even cuss.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But some of the things we would say would be so vulgar. It's like you might as well cuss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and and then that's a very good point. It's just like, yo, you might well just say it all because I'd rather hear somebody say like, yo, I like use the F word and say like, yo, I effing love you, and just like really mean it versus somebody just saying, yo, I kill your family. At all. So you know, just kind of that and just whole lot of thing, and then just going through life.
Growing.
Growing.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I had, like, me personally, I felt like God was like, yo, like, one day I feel like I felt him say, like, you're going to make it somewhere in music, but if you don't transition, what you're getting into is going to eat you alive. And that kind of scared me, for lack of a better term. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to transition. And when I first started, I was kind of like, dang, so how I'm going to make it dope, but still represent God.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
that was always kind of a challenge, but I just, kept going, just praying every night, like, yo, just show me what to do. And then it kind of just flowed naturally. And, we're here today. So.
And that what you spoke about earlier was kind of like the duality of it, and it really spoke into it on an earlier level about like feeling conviction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how, like I said, we wouldn't cuss, because even more so in like real life, we weren't smoking, we weren't drinking, we weren't
Doing nothing who he's rapping about.
we weren't any type of street guys or nothing like that.
Unless y'all was in a Jeep.
We had that type of. We always had that type of conviction to like not do bad things. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it just didn't translate in the music.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's always there. It's kind of like music was like the final step. It's like, okay, just be true to who you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But yeah, and him making a transition, like we like I guess publicly done it at the same time, but it was him making the decision first. That was a major influence on me. Not so much where it's like, I'm going to do it because he's doing it, but it's like I was already feeling this personal conviction as well.
Right,
and
right,
him
right,
taking that
right.
initial step is what
Helps you
motivated
out.
and prompted me to go ahead and continue to do so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would honestly agree for real because like we was saying some crazy stuff. Like looking back, especially me, like I was really like for real, like Eminem 2.0 for real. Like bad enough we had to delete those videos. Crazy. And I remember I think I didn't think too much about it until someone was like, "Oh, I thought y'all was Christians."
Yeah.
I think that's what really stuck with me. I was like, "Dang, like I'm just trying to rap, just to say whatever I can say crazy and people react to it." But I didn't. Dang, like that made him question, like what I believed in and stuff like that. So once he was going through what he was going through, and then we decided, like as a group, like we can do like rap on the top tier level, like we do. But like do it for God, which makes it harder to do, but it's harder to do as the transition because like, all right, what we gonna rap? Like we gonna rap about God, but we don't want to make it corny. It's like that was my whole assumption. Like Christian rap is corny, like because that's all I heard. That's why I guess I don't listen to it. And I was like, because I know we could rap, but like, so we gotta find a way to do it to still reach people, and I'm like have fun doing it and not be the corny. So we went to like. Be outside the box, I would say.
Well, that's my favorite part about y'all is that y'all found a way to do that. Because I'm the same way. I grew up Christian and all that, but I'm not interested in most Christian rap. I respect the people that are trying to do it, and even the ones that come across in a corny way. I'm like, I respect that you're willing to kind of put yourself out there and hold yourself to that standard, but I don't want to listen to it, and that just is what it is. But I think something that I noticed with like y'all's bars and stuff, you mix in like regular references. Like the thing that you had posted today, you said you had a Ghostface reference in there. It was just like, it doesn't have to be everything is Jesus God. Jesus loves you. You are great. Worship Him. It's like we can
Bible
still
verse,
rap.
Bible verse,
Yeah,
Bible
we can
verse.
still rap. We can include a positive message and have an overall theme of uplifting God,
Exactly.
but not have to be, beating you over the head with it. And I don't think that's
or
very
judgmental at all.
Right.
you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
right. To it. Like that's the biggest thing that I got from it is like it's just an open book. It's not judgmental at all. You guys are telling like different stories from different perspectives and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the personal stories bring it all together.
Right.
And I think that's one of the biggest things I like to do with it, and just just the more I go into like my faith and stuff, like just reading the Bible, like it's some crazy stories in there, like people killing, and raping, and it's like it's some wild stuff. But it's just like if you really have an understanding of what it is, it's like it's like God, then it's people. It's like we're trying to get back to God. So let's tell our story without having, judge people or, you know what I'm saying? Or like make it watered down. Like, we're not going to talk about that. Like, it's real out here. And, just having this feeling like it's some people I know, like they rob, they do this and that. It's like, they need God too. So it's like,
Not for everybody.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
Well, we're running close on time here, so did you have? I think you mentioned that was all you had. I got all my questions out there. Y'all answered and great answers. We appreciate that. Did you have anything else you wanted to get on to?
No, I think I'm good.
Anything else that y'all want to? I wanted to give you a chance to throw out socials or whatever you want to plug as well. We're gonna try to put links into the bio and that kind of thing with when we post the episode as well. But for sure, anything you want to tell us about?
So yeah, you can follow us. It's like at GI Wonder on every platform. We just got our TikTok as well. I think it's GI_Wonder.
Yeah.
Will y'all be posting TikToks?
We're going to start. Yeah, we literally just started.
Like TikTok trends?
No.
Or-
No.
Some choreography for
I was
Jesus.
gonna ask, you guys are all super talented.
Yeah.
Who's the dancer? Which one is the dancer?
And honestly, Tony was the dancer.
Tony was the real dancer.
Yeah, for sure. But
Holler at Rashad to get you on Dancing with the Stars.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Bro.
funny.
So yeah, GI went on all the socials. You can find your boy Virginia Q. You know what I'm saying? We got
Poppy Nash.
Poppy Nash.
Poppy_Nash.
Crime Wave. I got Crime Wave Beats on Facebook and all that.
Yeah.
Check out the YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. Any other thing I wanted to say? Any other projects I need to mention or? I think we covered everything, man.
You mentioned about 17 projects that y'all got coming out. I think we had to have gotten to them in there.
I got the year sold up right now.
Yeah, it's on the way.
We
It's
got
on the way.
the Rashad project. Like that's like his whole like domain thing is called like Never Lost, and they're like essentially like a esports community, lifestyle content creators.
Right.
And we're just essentially providing the soundtrack for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my brother's pretty much producing the entire thing. That I think that's releasing like a week after we released Trinity Too in April, because we're supposed to be performing in Atlanta with the the Never Lost Squad.
So that's like his label.
Essentially,
So kind
it's
of brand. Trying to build like a brand or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So, it's been dope working with him. Absolutely. We should be expecting some exciting features on that project as well.
Word.
Yeah.
He has amazing reach, a lot of connections. So,
I would imagine,
yeah. So, we got a lot coming, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think this year is going to unveil a lot of amazing things. I think a lot is going to happen this year. So,
We'll be watching.
man,
We enjoy the scene.
For sure.
Yeah, watching and rooting, man. You
That's
guys
man, thank you.
really do an amazing job. What I was telling them is like the reason why I don't look at it like I don't listen to you guys about, oh, this is Christian rap, because I listen to three people who are like dedicated to the craft and like always looking to elevate and like almost like innovate and like stretch music and take it forward. That's what I hear when I listen to you guys' stuff. So just keep doing what you're doing, man. It's awesome.
That's
right.
I appreciate it, fellas.
That's right, no doubt.
Well, we'll definitely have you on again at some point, maybe when the third Trinity comes out. But appreciate y'all coming through. And we'll link everything in the description here for the pod and YouTube. We'll make sure that everybody knows this is coming out. But thanks again.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah.